Aloha! Welcome to the Underworld, the home of Hades. It's on the opposite side of the map from Mount Olympus at the top left-hand side. I dropped there 20 times to challenge the god of the Underworld and claim his power for myself. With all that being said, let's get into Game 1. Game 1 starts with a cold drop into the Underworld. I landed on the southern side of the location and started gathering loot. As I was looting, I encountered a player and they did pretty heavy damage. But they left and I snuck up behind them and got some good damage in and eventually got the elimination. I started looting some more when I found myself in the boss arena. So I just started it. After defeating Hades, I made it to Grim Gate and found out that nobody started the Cerberus fight. So I decided to fight him. I just got Cerberus to appear when an enemy player showed up. I chased them down and killed them as I was shot from behind by another person. I got away and used my minis, but they kept chasing me down. So I decided to stop running and face them head on. And I died. Game 2 starts with a bit of lag. As I was exploring the Underworld, I saw someone using a Flowberry Fizz and got to work. I killed the Rust Lord and took all of his valuables. I saw the footsteps of another player and quickly dispatched of them. Before I fought Hades, I had to get another quick kill. During the fight, I decided to use the Chains of Hades to kill the minions to save my ammo, but it almost got me killed. I still got that medallion. As I was trying to get myself out of absolute shambles, I was attacked by a player with Cerberus's medallion. With full shield and 15 health, I wasn't going to make it. Game 3, I completely missed the drop, so I had to run into the Underworld. I encountered a relic and he killed me pretty quickly. Game 4 managed to be worse than the last one. Game 5 started with me just running around and getting eliminations. I fought Hades, and obviously he was no match for a god of destruction. I left the Underworld and went to the Marigold, a yacht that belongs to Midas. When I got there, a player was leaving, and when I went to go talk to Midas, his drum gun was sold. So I found said player and took the drum gun from them. I made my way to Restored Reels and broke up a fight. I saw a medallion circle nearby and I wanted it. And best believe I got it. As I just got done killing a player, Loot Island spawned right next to me. I just started claiming Loot Island as a person shows up to take it from me. You know I had to defend my property. After claiming Loot Island, I made my way to the final medallion circle. I was on my way to kill this person when I decided to just go into the circle and the person would come to me. I spotted the medallion wielder and tried to use my wings, but I bonked my head on a tree. It doesn't matter as I started shooting and got good damage in. They tried to hide behind a rock, but I used a soul dash to get in their face and take them down. I now have all of the medallions, making me the strongest person in the game. Not that it really mattered. It was a 1 versus 1. As I finished reloading my guns, a gunshot flew past my head. I hid behind a tree, finding out where this person was, and I moved behind a rock and cracked their shields. Now it was time to make my move. I got behind them and did decent damage. They tried to heal in my face, but I wasn't having any of that. Truly, this was the power of a god of destruction. As I was looting on Game 6, someone started the Hades boss fight. I almost died in an encounter with a player. Some time passed and Hades was still alive. So I went to the boss area. Nobody was around. So I killed Hades for myself. It seemed like there was a fight happening at Grim Gate, so I flew in. I dropped in on someone and got some damage in. I dropped down to encounter another person when I started taking some damage. I went outside of the location and gunned down one of the enemies. Cerberus thought it would be a good idea to pull up, but I handled him. The other person wasn't too far away. He tried rushing me, but he must have been very low because I shot him down very quickly. I was driving around when I noticed a medallion circle, and I was face to face with the person very quickly. He shot at my car, but missed me entirely. After a quick spray battle, I got the kill and his medallions. I almost immediately died and lost it all. Game 7 starts with an extremely hot drop into the Underworld. I was wandering around when a Medusa drops from the sky and kills me. Game 8 was another hot drop. I was going through the Hades boss fight when I got attacked. I make a break for it, but they had me in their sights and I wasn't escaping. Game 9, I got 2 kills and was killed because I blew myself up. Once again, it's a hot drop on Game 10. And like the other 2 games, I don't get to leave. 4th hot drop in a row on Game 11. I wish there was something interesting to say about this game, but I just died. Game 12, I landed and gunned down a Peely. just to be immediately attacked by a weird-looking bunny man. I missed my shot with the DMR, but I got him with the assault rifle. I ambushed a Vengeance Jones, and our fight looked like it was ripped out of DBZ. We were teleporting everywhere until I killed him. I was actually able to leave the Underworld this game, but I didn't make it very far. Game 13 started with a fight over a chest with a Poseidon. I got the loot and got him low, so I chased him down. He used the soul dash to try and get me off of his trail, but my chase down badge is maxed out, so he wasn't going to lose me that easily. We ran into a Midas that killed the Poseidon, and that may or may not have made me a bit angry. Now, my new target was the Midas. I chased him down and killed him, just for me to die to a fellow Spider-Gwen immediately after. Worth it. Game 14 starts with a quick kill on a Travis Scott. Then I died. Game 15, I literally just run around until I die. Game 16 starts with a quick game of Ring Around the Rosie with a Hope. It ended in her death. I was tracking down the person with Cerberus's medallion. When I found them, I missed every shot and they got into a car and started driving away. I followed him and we both did damage to each other. I rushed in, but he sniped me on the way there, and I didn't make it much farther. Game 17 started with me pulling up to stop a fight, but only killing one of them because my aim is terrible. Right after, someone broke the wall across the building and I shot them down. I went to go loot that person when someone else wanted a piece of me. But I'm Superman, I'll be fine. Just kidding. Most of the recording for Game 18 is just me dropping in, because I died so incredibly quickly. Game 19 started with some looting and shooting. Someone was fighting Hades, and I waited for the perfect opportunity to strike. He got Hades low and ran right into my line of sight, allowing me to take them and Hades down. And best believe karma got to me. Game 20 started like normal, so I'm gonna skip ahead a little. I left the Underworld and went to the Marigold. I tried buying the drum gun off of Midas, but it was already gone. I made it to fencing fields, and the first fight I got into, I ran out of ammo and died. And that is the end of the drops. The Underworld is a pretty cool location. Landing here was kind of painful, and watching these games back hurt even more. I didn't conquer the Underworld in the way that I wanted, but I did my best. Probably. I wasn't really cooking this season because over the course of the 320 drops I did this season, I only got one win in each video. Anyways, we got one more location left of this season, and that will be 100 drops. So stay tuned for that. I'm gone.